Dobar večer svima. Zahvaljujem što ste došli u ovako lijepom broju i ispričavam maestra Urbanskog kojem nije dobro, zbog čega se nažalost odlučio ne sudjelovati u ovom razgovoru. Međutim, evo na ovom prvom stranom gostovanju u novoj sezoni koncertne dvorane Vatroslava Lisinskog velika mi je čast pozdraviti sjajnu mladu violončelisticu Juliju Hagen. Zbog toga će ovaj razgovor biti možda malo kraći, ali nipošto manje zanimljiv. S obzirom da Julija ima vrlo uspješnu i dinamičnu karijeru, ja ću postaviti pitanja na engleskom, ona će odgovoriti, potom ću ja sve prevesti. Julia, first of all, congratulations for this wonderful concert this evening. It was really impressive. And the first question I wanted to ask you, I know you have been studying cello first in Salzburg, in Mozarteum, then in Vienna with Maestro Latzko and Heinrich Schiff, then in Berlin, if I'm right, and then finally Kronberg. I think it would be very interesting to find out what a young soloist like you, when finished, let's say, technical studies of performance, is doing with all these different professors. What are you actually discussing on these lessons? How do you talk about music and so on? It is only, I suppose everybody has his own favorite repertory, but there is something more.
Well, yes, I think for me it was very important to have different teachers. I know some musicians, I think, only study with one teacher, but for me it was important to get different kind of ideas and opinions on music and on pieces. So I studied with quite a lot of teachers. And of course, in the beginning, when I was young, it was more based on technical issues. I had to play more etudes and things like that. Yeah, but already when I was 12, I had an Italian teacher. He was so passionate about cello and the instrument itself. So even if I had to learn a lot about techniques, he always tried to teach me the technical issues also while just making music. So he was trying to hide technical things in music itself. So I think I learned a lot just by doing and playing when I studied with him. And then, for example, after the Italian teacher Enrico Bronzi, I came to Reinhard Latzko, and it was completely different. He was very strict, he was very precise. I had lessons really regularly. I had to prepare etudes, and we had class concerts every 2 weeks. So it was really different. He was much more Austrian or German in a way, and not so expressive and passionate as, for example, the Italian. But I think the differences were really important for me.
Pitala sam gospođicu Juliju Hagen, s obzirom da se školovala prvo na Mozarteumu u Salzburgu, potom u Beču, na sveučilištu u Beču, kod dva profesora, Latzka i Heinricha Schiffa, kod kojeg se školovao i njezin otac, slavni violončelist Clemens Hagen. I just noticed that your father also learned by Heinrich Schiff. Potom je otišla u Berlin i na kraju u Kronberg. Koja je zapravo važnost mijenjanja profesora kod jednog soliste? Mi znamo da u jednom času, kad se svlada, recimo to tako, tehnička vještina sviranja instrumenta, što donosi svaki pojedini profesor? Julija je odgovorila da zna da mnogi solisti ostanu vjerni jednoj klasi, jednom profesoru cijeli svoj život, koji dominira njihovom karijerom. Međutim, da je za nju bilo jako važno mijenjati profesore i da je od svakog od njih naučila nešto novo i drugačije. Pritom je usporedila dvojicu profesora s Bečkog univerziteta, Latzkoa i Schiffa, pri kojem je Schiffa istaknula kao profesora koji je uz taj nužni tehnički dio sviranja instrumenta inzistirao na ekspresivnosti, sugestivnosti, emocijama, strasti u sviranju, dok je maestro Latzko bio više jedan, recimo to tako, kruti, strogi profesor koji je prije svega zahtijevao preciznost i točnost. Last season you had many debuts with Symphony Orchestra of Berlin, yes, and in the Maggio Musicale Fiorentino. Then you played again with the city of Birmingham. You are performing a lot with them, and with Bruckner Orchestra Linz. Lately, I will come back to your chamber music career. Now, I just want to ask you, how do you prepare for these different orchestras? And do you maybe have a favorite among of these that you are performing with a lot and often?
Oh, that's a difficult question, because I think every orchestra has their own strength and, of course, also their weaknesses. And I feel lucky enough to experience many orchestras from different countries. I think that also makes a difference. But I could never say that I prefer one the most, because I think everyone has something unique and their own strengths. But when I play with an orchestra, I just really try to know the score. I think that's necessary, that when I go to the rehearsal with orchestra, I need to know what's going on in the orchestra, because of course I'm the soloist and the conductor is trying to show what I'm doing, but I also have to react and I have to always listen what they're doing back there. So yeah, if I don't know what they're playing, it will be a mess.
Pitala sam gospođicu Juliju Hagen s obzirom na njezine debije prošlogodišnje sa simfonijskim orkestrom iz Berlina i orkestrom Mađo Muzikale Fiorentino, s obzirom na česte izvedbe sa Bruckner orkestrom iz Linca i City of Birmingham orkestra s kojima iznimno često nastupa. Voli li ona neki od tih ansambala posebno i koja je razlika između tih orkestara? Julija je odgovorila da, naravno, svaki orkestar poseban i da nijedan ne može izdvojiti kao omiljeni, ali da je za nju jako važno i zapravo presudno na tim probama kojima čuti orkestar kako diše, kako funkcionira sve do zadnjeg pulta, da zapravo stekne osjećaj zvuka. So, Julia, what was your experience with the Dresdner? I know that you play a lot with them and you play also Schumann concerto. So you actually interchange Schumann concerto for cello and Saint-Saëns.
Yes, we always switch between Schumann and Saint-Saëns. I think we did 5 times Saint-Saëns and 4 times Schumann, which was also a new experience for me to change the piece on a tour. I never did that before, but it was a great challenge. And I felt very welcomed, and the atmosphere is very warm, and you can feel that they are waiting for the reaction, and they're always there and present and listening. And yeah, I was happy to, when you have a long tour, you can feel the trust is getting bigger and bigger, and you feel more room to be more flexible and to be more free in the music. And that's nice when you have a lot of concerts and you can grow together and be more free together.
Yeah, I was impressed with the piano of the orchestra. It's really impressive.
That's really special. I think I maybe never heard an orchestra which played so soft. They really tried always to stay
so transparent.
Soft.
Piano,
yes,
both in
because cello is an instrument which is, with orchestra it's quite difficult. Very often you hear, the cello is too soft and not loud enough, because we have our range very often is quite low, and then it's difficult if we're covered by higher pitches or voices. So I thought that was really special that they tried to be always soft.
Pitala sam Juliju kako je iskustva sa Drezdenskom filharmonijom, s kojom ima zapravo jednu jako dugačku turneju koja je krenula već u rujnu i na kojoj izvodi 2 koncerta naizmjence. Dakle, Saint-Saënsov koji ste slušali večeras i Schumannov cello koncert koji je posve drugačiji tip skladbe. I naknadno sam primijetila, sugerirala da mene posebno impresionirao večeras piano koji je orkestar sposoban proizvesti. Dakle, tako fini piano u kojem se čuju sve sekcije je zaista velika rijetkost. Julija je rekla da su je jako lijepo i toplo prihvatili i da je ovo za nju veliko iskustvo, budući da prvi put u životu ima priliku na i ovakvoj jednoj turneji izmjenjivati 2 solistička koncerta. Također za nju je jako važno, kao za solisticu, upravo ta finoća tona, finoća zvuka u kojoj se ne događa da njezin instrument koji je vrlo osjetljiv i o kojem ću sad nešto pitati, koji je zapravo napravljen krajem 17. stoljeća kad su ovakvi orkestri bili nezamislivi zapravo i skladateljima i izvođačima, važno je da ju ne prekriju glasni instrumenti. Regarding pianos, orchestras, and connection between you and the orchestra, I would just have two short questions. The first one is about your instrument, which is from Francesco Ruggeri, the famous master, yeah?
Normally, yes, but it's in restoration. Yeah. So normally I play this beautiful cello by Francesco Ruggeri. As you said, it was built 1 year before Bach was born. When I always think of that, I think that's amazing. But yeah, it has to be in restoration. So for 2 months already, I'm playing a different cello, a Grancino, which is also a really beautiful old Italian instrument. But I do feel that, of course, I played the Ruggeri so long, for 10 years now, I think, and I'm so used to the Ruggeri, so I think I understood that Grancino now pretty well, and I know how it works, but I prefer my Ruggeri.
Da, Ruggeri je instrument na koji ona svira već 10 godina i navikla se na njega, voli njegov zvuk. But regarding the connection between your instrument and the orchestra, it is not actually too silent. I was afraid a little bit. You can make a rather big forte. I mean, regarding that the instrument was made at the end of the 17th century.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, many people tell me I have a big sound. I don't know. That was also a thing I learned with Gauthier Capuçon. He always tried to teach me. And you, because we were speaking about French and Austrian, and you would think French is always like soft playing and more light and with air, but he always tried to teach me, like, go closer to the bridge, don't lose the contact point. So I think he was very picky about that.
Pitala sam o tihom zvuku takvog jednog starog instrumenta i kako uspijeva postići forte dovoljan da ga čujem publika i da je orkestar ne prekrije, a netom prije, odnosno prije koncerta razgovarale smo o Gauthier Capuçonu, kod kojeg je Julija također 2 godine provela na usavršavanju, pa sam je pitala, što se ona sad referirala, o odnosu između francuske i austrijske, odnosno njemačke škole sviranja violončela. I upravo sada ističe zapravo Gauthier Capuçon je taj koji je Juliju naučio proizvesti forte, što ne bismo očekivali jednog finog, nježnog Francuza, prije bismo to očekivali od njemačke škole, ali evo, kod njega je naučila zapravo dovoljno snažno potegnuti gudalo da dobije jaki ton. Finally, I will end up now. Thank you very much for this conversation. What does Julia Hagen do when it's not learning new scores, not having rehearsals, not playing concerts, and not traveling around Europe and the world?
There's not much time left, but I love to go hiking. In summer, I just spend so much time near Salzburg. I live in Vienna, but I spend so much time with my parents and in that area to go hiking. And I love to cook. I love to garden. And yeah, I love to meet friends because, of course, I'm not often at home, and I just like to spend the time with the people I love. So I think normal things like everyone else does.
Pitala sam Juliju, dakle, što radi kad ne svira, ne uči nove partiture, nema probe, ne putuje s orkestrima i tako dalje. S obzirom da znamo da je rođena i odrasla u Salzburgu i znamo kakve prekrasne planine i jezera okružuju taj grad, omiljena je aktivnost planinarenje, čišćenje, kuhanje i provođenje vremena sa svojom obitelji koju nažalost ne viđa prečesto s obzirom da je često na putu. Julia, thank you very much. First of all, for the wonderful concert and beautiful performance. We hope to see you back again here in Zagreb. And thank you for this very nice conversation.
Thank you so much. I really... Well, I really must say I love Croatia so much, and I'm so happy to be here for the first time in Zagreb, because I only spend time here for holidays, so I'm very happy to finally have also played here. So thank you for being part of it.